Today we're gonna do something really simple, and this is more of an idea that you could use. So, do you have any old candles or half-burned candles or candle tapers or things like that that you've used most of and you don't know what to do with because you don't want to burn it to the bottom? Well, if you have some extra candle wax, what you can do, especially if it's in a glass container, you can double boil it. Take a pot of hot water. Of course, make sure it doesn't boil over into your candle, but set your candle in. Let it melt all the way down, pull out the wicks, and you have some nice melted scents. If you just have some tapered candles that have either broken or are half burned down, you can just take a glass container and you can put those pieces in there, set that in your pan of boiling water again, and let it melt all the way down. Pull your wicks out, then you can pour it into your favorite mold. These are going to be melts, they're not actual candles. So you think of the melts that you've seen people sell, and they put them in little pans or in cups on those coffee warmers, and you can still have the wonderful scent of your candle, but you're just melting it down and you're just using your extra wax that you had. I just find that when you pour them into your molds, you have a fine tip at the end, whether it's a measuring cup or whatever you're going to use, to get into your crevices if you're using a very detailed mold. Okay, so after you've melted your candle wax, so I put it with this little pointy thing at the end in here because it makes it a little easier to pour. Either that or you would need to use something else to pour it with. So after you've poured it all, you just kind of want to let it set. 'Cause if your pan or your table is not level, it's going to want to spill over the rim. But just let it set, let it cool really hard. Okay, so after these have cooled and are very hard, and they're completely set, and I'm just going to carefully push them out. So I have also used my iron molds that I've had, ones that had corn and snowmen, the really thick, deep ones, and those work really well too. So when you let them completely cool and harden, they usually shrink up just a little bit and they just pop right out. And these are some of the ones we did. We did the little sand dollar. We've done a few of the pine cones. The more detailed it is, the more careful you need to be about getting it out so you don't break it. So this was the pine cone that I did right here, and then the one below is the smaller one. And then I also used the sand dollar out of this one. And I found that if it's the ones that were a little deeper and didn't have the fine sharp edges definitely came out a little bit better. But then they're just pretty. And if you just have candles that have no scents, you could add a few drops of a scent to them. You could take any of the molds that you have and you could make this coordinate with any theme or any other project you're doing. It's a really fun idea to use up what you've already got and use your molds and make everything pretty. You could even melt down crayons and put them in and do the same thing. Thanks, guys. No matter what though, have fun.